Good afternoon, YouTube. It's your boy Bull Muscle. We got a great show for you today. Really just talking story. Got some big news, actually. Let's go ahead and see if I can set something up. See if we can actually get hype rate working. We're gonna get lucky. Hey, all right, that's nice. Cool, we'll throw that down here. Okay. So, we have just gotten news that I will be at the New York City Fashion Show in February 7th, 2025. Sorry, February 7th to February 8th, 2025. I'm going to the New York Fashion Show. Dates are official. So big pineapple to the big apple, everybody. So there's the big news. Other big news, of course, my Fight Tech Zaggies are now leading the SEC. They travel to what is a trap game of all trap games in Colombia in 6 days, so that's a big deal. Other big news, hit a squat PR today. Y'all already saw that if y'all were here earlier for the previous broadcast, but pretty solid. Definitely really thrilled about how today has gone. I've got some other really nice news. First one. I had real interesting little experiment I ended up doing today. It's kind of inadvertent, but ended up selling my G-Shock. Got 150 bucks for it, which, considering I paid 200 to buy it, means for 2 years of ownership I paid $25 a year. Pretty good, I would say. But that paid for almost all of my Costco run. So I didn't buy a whole lot of individual items, but yes, Big Red, we're going to talk about that because it's time for a little bit of a rant, actually. I'm going to wait for a few more people to trickle in before I get started on this, also because a good friend of mine just sent me a text message, and I know this is a bit on the rude side, but I gotta say something to him. He's a good old time friend. He's one of my... Actually, the guy who helped me install that big old diesel exhaust on the old van in Texas. For those of you who are real OGs of this channel, you know what I'm talking about. 7.3 liters of clack, 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 yeah. God bless the 7.3 Power Stroke, one of the greatest engines ever built by anyone, really. Slow as molasses sock, but you could wake that bad boy up. Something fierce, man. If you knew what you're doing, you'd get 500 horse out of a properly well sorted 7.3. It will be funny. Oh, get him in here. That's actually what my friend was talking to me about. Immediately. Yeah, apparently it was a huge Hail Mary. That's literally, he was just texting me about that. Feels like I might need to get on the VC for this one. I need to get StreamYard set up so that way I can have guests on my show. Definitely that one's in the work. For someone who's used StreamYards before, I could try it on Discord, although that might make this stream run really slowly, so StreamYards is probably the better move. But please get Hiei in here for we here would love and appreciate his take on this matter. Hail Mary that bounced off a million people and right into a Washington receiver's hands in the end zone. Bro, I think this is all the universal good karma that this franchise has gotten over the course of the last 25 years. Now that Snyder has finally been kicked away from this franchise, like, it's like the football gods are saying, okay, you've been through hell. We're going to give you some breaks. On a scale of 1 to double doink, are we gonna get Hie hysterical up in here? Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and check. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we got double digits in here. We'd like to appreciate that, Dodge. Shoots. All right. So let's talk. First off, we'll get back to the New York Fashion Show in a minute. I'm going to get more details later when I go to meet up with my modeling director for Simon. Before we go any further, I want to talk about this little Costco run I made. Here's my receipt. Ended up paying $193 for this Costco run, which is expensive until you realize what it was I bought. I got me this giant 50-pound Sealy queen size double pump air mattress. I also, according to the receipt, bought 12 pounds of Greek yogurt. That's 4 3-pound containers because my fridge finally has a proper amount of dairy in it again because, well, out here, you know, I go through powdered milk, but still, if you want to be strong like bull, drink milk like calf. It really does work. But yeah, 12 pounds of Greek yogurt to add the copious quantities of mozzarella, which is low-fat mozzarella. I actually like the Kirkland version. The macros kick-ass. Mexican and cottage cheese in there. In addition to a pack of protein bars, you know, the big Costco size pack. A big box of spring mix, which was on sale, was $4.29. So I'm like, yeah, I'm buying that. I love having my greens. In fact, I was just knocking down a big salad right before I went live. Also bought a brand new pair of shoes. Got these bad boys for good new pair of runners. Got these bad boys for $27. You'll love it. You absolutely love to see it. This is another really good one, okay? My shoes have needed replacing for a while. This is what I like about delayed gratification. It's a good lesson. Learn about delayed gratification. I could have gone out, gone to the Next and immediately bought myself a new pair of running shoes, but instead I've waited and waited and waited and waited, and lo and behold, I got a new deal. Now, the only thing I really love is to replace my rather sad looking at this point flats. These have been the best lifting shoes I could have ever asked for. Got them for $12 at a Walmart in South Carolina. Unfortunately, the Walmarts here don't carry them. But these, fantastic. Best pair of size 12s. They're basic knockoff Chuck Taylors. Absolutely terrific. What does Big Boy Bull want? All right, on a scale of 1 to double doink, how we feeling right now, Hie? I just heard / saw the news. Dude, freaking friend of mine from Van Zandt County, Texas was telling me about this shit, so this must have been good. I haven't seen the play. Other items. Grabbed me a 6-pound bag of carrots and yeah, loaded all of that up. And okay, so you saw the size of this giant fucking airbed, right? Well, you say, well now, wait a minute, Bull, you don't own a car. How did you get this? I mean, this is the size, bigger than the size of my torso. How did I get this back to my apartment, as well as all the other stuff? Well, I loaded it up on my bicycle, and I biked 6 miles in the rain all the way back home. What this is proof that you don't actually need a car. You just want to make excuses for why you do. You want a car, okay? There's a big difference between needs and wants. I will say, apart from shit talking the Bears, which is just, I'm sorry, as a troll, I just can't help myself. Mr. Hie here is a big fan of electric cargo bikes, and I will say, had my bike been an electric cargo bike instead of an electric mountain bike, this would have been much easier. However, still got it done. Weighed in everything I brought home, walked onto the scale at 279 pounds. So that was 65 pounds of freight that I took with me. Pretty freaking good, if I say so myself. Let's not get Bull in trouble with Rule 13. I don't care. Oh, you're talking about piracy? Yeah. I'm a huge fan. I totally endorse sailing the seven seas, but that one may be best shared through DMs. If it's just a clip or a GIF, you know what? You can throw it in my Discord, throw it in the sports chat. My Discord's not big enough, and if someone tries to go fuck with Discord over it, I don't care. You can throw it in my sports channel. Ping me with it, though, so that way I can watch it. Appreciate that there, Big Red. Feeling about half a doink. I have a theory here. I think it is the karmic or football gods have decided, okay, Washington, you've been through 25 years of abject misery with Snyder. We're going to give you some cosmic breaks for the next year or two. I genuinely, it's got to be something like that, because this team is good at football. What the hell? When was the last time Washington has been good at football? 2012, right? With the year they had Robert Griffin before Robert Griffin's knee deleted itself on the FedEx Field turf. I actually was in person. I watched Robert Griffin's knee go sideways. It was just as hideous as it looked on TV. I'm tasting metal on my tongue. Yikes. I can't wait for... Dude, I'm telling you, you got to talk to Tree after this. Be like, yo, if you want a special clip for the Bears this week, I feel like there's got to be some joke to be made here. Washington got a lucky fucky break 2 drives after the Bears fucked a goal line opportunity by fucking that. Bro, how do you screw up a handoff to a 300-pound guy? What do you mean fucking the handoff to a big man? It's a lineman. You have such a large target. Just slap that ball in there. All the lineman's got to do is this and then go forward. That's the easiest play. I mean, for God's sake, that's literally pee-wee shit. Oh, Bears. Wow. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, let me get that link if you wouldn't mind, Big Red. Throw it in the sports chat. I gotta see this one. Let's see what we got. Big Red. Link por favor. There we go. Dodge deleted the message you posted about it in the chat, so I can't. Same as, let's see. The Titans passing on 4 straight downs at the fucking 1-yard line against the Lions. No, the Titans are just stupid. The Bears, I mean, a handoff to the big man on the goal line is an excellent play call. The Bears just failed to execute somehow. I have no problems with the Bears calling the refrigerator Perry handoff. That's a good idea. F equals MA is a very simple formula. More mass equals more force. What about football? Is something else entirely. I took care of it in DMs. Oh, okay, my bad. I missed the I missed that. Here we go. ESPN video clip. There we go. Let's watch this. Okay. I've even got headphones. Let's throw in some headphones for this. Jaden Daniels. I'm amazed. I thought Jaden Daniels was out for this too. Here we go. Oh god. Okay, so it's from about midfield. Daniels. He's got all day. He's scrambling. Bootlegs right. Goes back left. He's got forever. Throws it from about the 35. Doink. Oh my god! No! No fucking way! No fuck. Dude, you know how irritating this must make Dan Snyder? Like, can you imagine how angry you would be if you're Dan fucking Snyder watching this kind of luck happen the year after you sell it? Boink. Oh my god. Wow, tip drill right behind. You this is why you learn, okay, always bat it down. Don't bat it back, don't bat it left, don't bat it right, bat it down. Hey Abner, good to see you. Seth Rollins tweeted it's funny as fuck. The handoff was fun. How do you fuck a handoff? How do you do that? There we go. Jazair Newton recovers. You know what? Here we go. It's right here. Hand off to the big man. Oh my god. Okay. Bro, the big man just didn't grab it. It looked like it was... What? What are you doing, Caleb? I can't tell if that was Caleb or if that was... What the... How the... Okay. Handoff is in... No, that's on 68. It bounced right off of the fucker. That's not even on Caleb. Wow. Bro, that dude's gotta... You gotta can that guy. Cause you're the lineman. That's like a once-in-a-career opportunity to score. You have to report in as eligible. That is such... Like, that is, again, like, that is the dream for every offensive lineman, to have that as your situation. And he completely failed on that. Wow, that's bad. Marcelo, thank you very much. I am beautiful, and I'm not being cocky, because now I believe we can actually talk about the whole reason I started this stream to begin with. For those of you who live in the city of New York, I will be at the New York Fashion Show February 7th and February 8th, 2025. So somewhere in February, if you're looking to meet me and you are in the New York metropolitan area, you might just have that chance. So the Bears' entire job would be a hammer for Roschon Johnson, and the Bears decided it would be cute to hand it to him. I am just... I can imagine that you can't. The Bears are what we thought they were, aren't they? The Bears let him off the hook this time. God above, that's funny. Well, you're all right. Well, hey, I'm just saying, I know quite a few of my fan base, you know, both on the Discord and in the streams, are New Yorkers. I have only been to New York once. I've been to New York State, but not New York City. So that's... but I've only been to Western New York, so I've been to Buffalo. I really liked Buffalo for what it's worth, which I'm already down 1 point to New York fans, or to New York City residents. So time to do a little bit of trolling and say I am extremely excited, because I get to visit. I get to visit the city. I can't wait to see the best part of the city too, Staten Island. I can't even say that with a straight face. I just like fucking with y'all. No, I've never been to New York City before, so this should be really fun. I'm gonna be doing a runway show, so it's gonna be dressing up in whatever the fashion designers have for me. That's gonna be walking, you know, doing the turn on the catwalk, you know. I'm too sexy for my shirt. I mean, in fairness, I kind of am. It's also 80 degrees in my apartment because I don't have air conditioning. And it feels lovely, but it feels even better without a shirt on. Just, Anyway. Yeah, no, I've heard so many positive things about Staten Island. It's really apparently the true hidden gem of the New York City boroughs. No. Couple other things. March, still don't have a date yet, but it is coming. Will be Manila in the Philippines. I believe we're going to be doing a show in January in Tacoma. That was originally going to be in November. It got pushed back. We're going to get a little bit more data on that. There should be something else in Los Angeles coming up too. So we'll see what else is coming forward, but I have a feeling once I do New York, I'm going to get a lot more connections. I'm still relatively unknown. But I think I'm gonna show up there and, well, now I've got a reason to cut down to 208. Weighed in at 214 this morning, 212 actually after I came back, but pretty solid all things considered. So let's see what I have for lunch. Speaking of diet and exercise, I'll write that down. Had me a mixed green salad with sliced ham, a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette, and some mozzarella cheese. So that would have been 6 slices of ham. It's 180 calories, is 30 per, and 30 grams protein. That's kick-ass. Salad greens is pretty negligible for calories. We'll say 50 to be conservative. That'll be 230. Probably 5 grams of protein, so it's 35. Cheese, that was a fair amount of cheese. It was 80 per serving. Probably threw 4 servings on this. This is 320. All right, yeah. This is about 550 calories, give or take. That was 7 grams of protein per, I believe. So that's going to be 7 times 4 is 28. 28 plus 30 plus 5 is 63. Not bad. All right, so it gives me 78, 87, 90, 150 grams of protein today, and I'm only at 1450 in terms of calories. Pretty good. If you want to check out Park Hill Projects, the home of Wu-Tang Clan, there you be. Yeah, I know. I mean, there's a lot I'd like to see. I don't know how many days I'm going to get there. I want to try and schedule at least one extra day where I'm just kind of on my own, checking out the city. It's your daily protein target. My macros are, I try to aim for, on my cuts, 2,900 calories and 210 grams of protein at least. So 150 is most of the way there. So I'm doing well today. On my bulks, same proteins. Maintenance for me is usually 3,500 to 4,000 calories, and then bulks is higher. Bulk cycles are fun. I can knock down 5,000 to 6,000 calories without thinking about it. Bro lives in Paducah and also a Bears fan. Is not happy. I bet. That's fucking hilarious. Sorry, Hiei. I just. Oh, the Bears have issues. I'm telling my my friend in VZ Co that I found it. Set it up. Was 42. There we go. You say it's a lot of food. I mean, the truth is, my appetite is crazy. I can knock down a 3,000 calorie meal and not be full. Like I have burned the most calories I've ever burned in one day, at least that I've tracked, was 7,700 calories when I did the Honolulu Century ride. 7,700 calories is quite a lot, but most days I usually burn between 3,500 and 4,000 calories if I'm lifting. If I'm not lifting, usually between 3,000 and 3,500. But my appetite is, I'm always hungry. My appetite is always going at a very high level. I mean, and if you saw this morning just how much work I was putting into my squats, I hit a squat PR this morning. That takes a lot of energy, right? I mean, just talk about lifting for a moment, right? Just the laws of physics. How much work is being done? Well, work is a combination of force times distance, right? So force times distance, that's going to be mass times acceleration times distance. So you've got a mass of 365 pounds, which converted to kilograms is, go ahead and do the math on that. Can't do that in my head, not at the moment, times 0.454, I believe. It's, yeah, 454 grams per pound. 165 kilos multiplied by 9.81 meters per second. So that's a force required to hold the weight up of 1,625 newtons multiplied by the distance, which was, see, all the way up, bars right here. So that's about, probably, if I'm 6'3", I'm at, let's see here. I'm 6'3". We can do the math actually. I'm 6'3". My head is. We're doing a physics problem in real time. So down 6'3", down to my upper back is about a foot off. So we're at about 5'3" up here, and then if we go down into a squat, crease the hips, top of the kneecaps. It's about 3.5 feet. So it's about a 2 foot distance, a little bit less. So we'll go ahead and say 1/2 meter. So multiply by 1/2. So it's going to be 812.8 newtons, Newton meters rather, of work to move that weight. Now you got to multiply that by 7 times because I did 7 reps. This is, let's see, 5,689 Newton meters of work over roughly, right? This is an approximation. So we'll say about 5,700 Newton meters of work. And then the set probably took me around 30 seconds. So now we get work is equal to force times distance. Power is equal to work over time. So we divide that by 30. So that's roughly 190 watts. So that's sustaining a 100, and obviously, right, you know, power applied going up will be less than power applied going down, but you get the idea. It's an average of 190 watts in squatting for 30 seconds. That's pretty good, I think. I mean, I thought it was pretty impressive. Seems Ghost is announcing a tour tomorrow morning, and I'm losing all my shit right now. Cleveland, Baltimore, Detroit, Minneapolis so far. Well, Baltimore's not too far from you, but yeah, they got to do something in the South. Oh, sore. Speaking of, see, if Kevin Von Magnum or Valdo are lurking around to you, I say don't panic. Are they thinking about what? Is that regarding to the Vols or the Titans? Let's see, what else am I going to be doing today? Oh, I'm going to be going and getting some sign-in later with the modeling director. I'll be getting more information on everything then. But a couple other things I wanted to talk about. So I have a friend who is currently writing me for a consultation. It's going to be... Excuse me. It's going to come in a little while. It's not ready yet. Haven't gotten the email and everything. But I had no idea you're that big. Makes sense to you that much. Hey, strong like bull. Yeah, I'm 6'3", 215-ish pounds, depending on the day. Today was a little bit under. Previously, I've been a little bit over. But, what was I saying? So I have a friend who has been asking me for a consultation. He's gotten himself into a little bit of financial pickle because he bought more car than he could afford. That's really the nicest way to put that. 90 grams of protein a day. So that's a little bit on the low side. I'm guessing you're not huge. If it's not, it depends too. If you're not lifting, you don't need nearly as much protein. All that extra protein is unnecessary unless you're trying to build muscle, which it wasn't obvious I am. But now he's put himself into a bit of a little financial hole, and he can dig his way out of it. But I was offering him a lot of different suggestions to try and cut down on his cost of living, and we get through all of this, and then he's like, yeah, I've been looking at a Jeep Wrangler as another car, and I'm like, my brother in Christ, you have learned nothing. He's a great dude. I like this guy, but dude, come to me for financial advice, I'm going to tell it to you straight. By the way, if you guys are looking for personal finance advice, anything of that nature, remember, I am financially independent. I could retire anytime I wanted to, and I'm doing this for fun because I like living in paradise. So, you know, to be able to say that at age 29 means I've done pretty fucking well. So if you're looking for consultation, askbullmuscle@gmail.com. You will not be disappointed with the quality of advice you get. Now, regarding my friend, I will probably do a full consultation as a video response, but I wish I could sit here and say he's made. I hope, you know, I'm going to try and be nice to the extent that I can, but I hope he makes better decisions in the future than he has in the past. He's not helped himself very well financially, even though he's worked hard, but he has spent his money foolishly, is what I would say. He's a smart guy. He's gonna be able to work hard enough to get what he wants out of life, but you're just a lot better off paying yourself first, right? And I'm proof, literally living, breathing proof that a bike will get this right on home. You don't need a car for the majority of the shit you do, provided A, you live close to work, B, you can telework full time, C, you live close to where you can get food. I have managed to do all of those things. Now, I'm not the closest, but Costco is about 6 miles away from me. If I want to, I can bike down there and bike back. It's a 5.5, between 5.5 and 6. And right, for a guy my size, I do eat a lot, but most of the serving sizes Costco has is too big for me. Okay, well, how are you going to get that 50-pound sack of rice home? Okay. On the rare time, maybe once a year, I actually need a brand new 50-pound sack of rice. I can either, I don't know, go with one of my friends who maybe doesn't have a Costco membership and would like to use mine to get groceries from there. It's amazing when you meet other people. Sometimes you can offer them things and they can offer you things in return. That's usually, you know, how friendships work. Could do that. Could also go the route of, I don't know, renting a car for a day. You really need a car, but the problem is I think we operate on the standard American way, and the standard American way is stupid. It's inefficient and it doesn't make people happy. Great example of this is we all expect Americans, like the standard American way of doing things is you are born, you go to school, you then go to college, you then go to work, you get a job, you get a car, you have a commute, then you have a family, and then you spend all of your time working and maybe every so often having enough time to actually raise the kids until they go off to school to start the process over again. You keep working and working and working because you just can't figure out where the money goes. You get yourself a big oversized McMansion in the suburbs, which is not close to anything, and as a result you have to drive half your life just to get anywhere. And then you retire at 65 or 70 to be dependent on fixed income and whatever your house was worth. All the while, you've been demolishing your own health because you eat a standard American diet of mostly fats and carbs, and you're very sedentary. You don't get up and exercise at all. You're a cubicle zombie. And I sit in a cubicle for my job too, so you know I'm not trying to be rude or harsh, but the standard American way of doing things is a way to ensure you will never ever reach your true potential as a human being. You will be sicker than you have to. You will be fatter than you have to. You'll be poorer than you have to be. You will be more miserable than you have to be because you'll waste so much of your life will be waste. You will be working all of your golden years to buy shit you don't really need to impress people you don't really like. First off, kids should not be the norm. Kids should be an optional extra. And once you choose to have kids, you are no longer the most important part of your life. Your children are. So take that seriously if you're going to have them. Second off, a car should not be the norm. You should have a bicycle for most of your errands, and then if you have to, have one car, right? If you have a family, one person should have a car. Because if you've got a 2-income family, it should be very easy for at least one of you to live close enough to your job where they don't need a car. Could get around with a bike or public transit. And public transit, there's nothing wrong with taking public transit. Thank God Kiss gave us the best war cry for the... Actually, I gotta be honest, if we're going Kiss song, Shout It Out Loud, Love Gun, a little bit better if you ask me, but Creatures in the Night, there's another good one. But if we're looking for songs for today's mood, it's gotta be Ace Frehley's New York Groove, am I right? Given where I'm going. But as far as the standard American way of doing things, there is a better way, okay? You could go the standard American way. You're going to struggle with money all your life. You're going to struggle with weight all your life. You're going to struggle with not having enough time all your life. You're going to struggle with failing to raise your kids properly all your life. Or you can try the way of the bull. The way of the bull means don't have kids you can't afford, if you have them at all. The way of the bull means eating properly and valuing your sleep and valuing your health by exerting as much energy as you can in whatever activity you like to do. And that activity should be inexpensive. It doesn't have to be lifting, okay? Lifting's my favorite, but it doesn't have to be. It can be hiking. Hiking is virtually free. It can be jogging. It can be swimming. It can be whatever. You can find ways to have fun physical activity that you enjoy for very, very little money. Then you could try the way the bull involves minimizing car usage, right? I will eventually probably get a car out here, but I'm doing that because it's a luxury, okay? It's an optional extra that I say, you know, that might be really nice, especially when my family or friends are here, so that way it can help get them around. Cookies and cream, congrats on the gig. Who's responsible for the travel arrangements when you go to these shows? I am, and my modeling director is. We talk it over and then we set things up. So I will say, if you want to meet me in New York City or Los Angeles or Tacoma or Manila or anywhere else I might go, talk to me on the Discord. Very happy to make that happen. But I can't sit here, right? I can't sit here. I'm not going to go out of my way to do that. Respect my time. Okay, my time is valuable, and your time is valuable too. So, don't spend it wasting either of ours. I'm very happy to meet, but I'm not going to do all the legwork. A couple other items for the way of the bull. Again, minimize your car usage. I'm not saying you can't own a car, but I'm saying use the car as little as possible. Which, by the way, makes a car last a whole lot longer. And don't buy a stupid one, okay? Don't buy anything lifted. For the love of God, don't buy a fucking pickup truck. If you really have to buy a pickup truck, buy one with the smallest engine possible. Usually that means a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder, which you should also do with a car. Don't buy a sports car. I love the way they look, but unless you are really wealthy, that Corvette is going to burn a fucking hole in your bank account, right? Buy a indestructible economy shitbox, okay? Look, the Toyota Corolla isn't sexy, but you know what the Toyota Corolla is? It's dead reliable. It gets the job done. Consider a hybrid or an electric car if you want to go that route. The Chevy Volt, one of the greatest cars GM ever made. It's a really great option that you can buy used for peanuts. Nowadays, you can find used Tesla Model 3s if you can get over Elon's politics. The Tesla Model 3 is a pretty damn good car. You can buy them used for very little right now, and oh my god, that's a cramp. Fuck. Ah. Okay, hang on. Ah, Jesus. Okay. It's alright. I gotta get me some magnesium stat, though, because that hurts like a bitch. Maybe some B12 as well. little bit deficient in that. A little bit of iron as well. Give me a minute. Actually, let me check something real quick. Fuck, that really hurt. I actually did get plenty of B12 in my food this morning, so I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to go with iron and magnesium. I don't want to have too much B12 in my system. I mean, those cramps shouldn't surprise. Right, I biked 12 miles today after doing a PR setting squat routine. Live in the South, good old boys will buy them trucks in a heartbeat. Yeah, and they're dumb. I'm sorry, especially the crew cab trucks. Crew cab trucks are even dumber. Okay, I can at least understand when you want to haul mulch around, you want to haul, 4x8 sheets of plywood around. All right, get yourself if you really want a truck, get yourself a standard height, half-ton pickup with a V6 engine. What was the car you had in South Carolina? I had a Chevrolet Volt, actually. I bought a 2017 Chevrolet Volt. It was ruthlessly efficient. Got me, I think, lifetime of the car, got something almost like 96, 97 miles to the gallon. Never gave me any problems. Had it for close to 100,000 miles. It was a great car. Strongly recommend the Volt, especially a Gen 2, because that runs off of regular unleaded, and it seats 5 instead of 4. Although I do like the first gen's little backup window, and I like the passenger horn for the first gen Volt, which is a great idea, and I don't know why electric cars don't have that. Really nice little thing. So yeah, you can buy intelligent cars. A pickup truck 99% of the time is an unintelligent car to buy. A van does the job better most of the time. And that's what I'll be buying here, actually. I'm going to be buying me a small Japanese K-van because I live on Oahu. There is not there is not any road here that has a speed limit higher than 60, and even then, that one road that does go 60 is H3, which I normally won't be on. So I'd be better off. A K-van does not like going more than about 50 miles an hour, but it doesn't need to here. For the most part, road speeds are below 50. So what a K-van is a small Japanese microvan that, because it's intelligently designed and efficiently laid out, gets you both 40 miles to the gallon and has more space than most SUVs, even though it was the newest ones you can import due to the 25-year rule are from 1999. I'm going to be looking for them in the coming weeks. I'm going to import one from Japan because the yen is a lot cheaper than the dollar right now. You can find good deals on K-vans for under $3,000. Once you import it, figure to double that, $5,000 to $6,000. Of course, it is cheaper for me to import from. This is one of the very few times it's actually cheaper to buy something here. Importing from Japan to Honolulu is cheaper than Japan to continental U.S. for the most part. Saved up for a Tesla and I started working. I highly recommend. There's a bunch of charging stations. It's perfect. Teslas are good cars. I used to dislike Tesla a lot because I'm fairly pro-union, and Tesla is stridently anti-union. My Volt was made. It was union made, and it was made in Hamtramck, Michigan, by the UAW. They did a damn good job on that car. But from an engineering perspective, from a technical and performance perspective, I can't fault Tesla. They make a damn good car. I really like the Model S. If I was a multi-millionaire, and I'm talking, when I say I'm saying at least 8 figures. If I was worth at least 10 mil, I'd probably buy a Model S. Because you've got incredible amounts of range. Because the Model S has been in production for a decade now, it's easier to get parts and service for it. Most of the issues that plague the early Model S's have long since been figured out. Well, you could say the same thing about the other Teslas. Tesla's rather intelligently stretching the length of their platforms. And I have no problem with that. People say, oh, the Model S is originally from 2014. Well, okay, the platform is, but it's been extensively upgraded in that time. The battery range is way higher. The steering's been improved. The chassis been, or not the chassis, the suspension's been improved. It's got way better software gadgets and gizmos than it used to. If you're into that, I don't really care, but I think Hospital mostly had superchargers at the time. I was mostly looking for a new car, and that's the other thing. Tesla has actually put in effort to improve its charging network. A lot of other places haven't done that, or a lot of other car companies haven't done that, and Tesla's rightfully so winning a large chunk of the marketplace because they did that. I thought GM would get serious about it, and then they didn't. I thought Volkswagen would get serious about it, but Volkswagen, after the Dieselgate scandal, completely fucked the ball with Electrify America. It's just one of a litany of reasons to hate that company, and I will never, ever buy a Volkswagen product. VWs are pieces of shit. You shouldn't buy one. Fuck Volkswagen. And fuck anybody who simps for them. I'll put it that way. There aren't that many VW fans, and I used to love the diesels because they were very efficient little cars. And the truth is, when they found the fix for the Dieselgate scandal to fix the cars, didn't really sap power that much or efficiency that much. VW is more or less just cheating for the sake of it, that's just evil. Why would you do that? Let's see, Adriana Maria. All right, we got a Brazilian in chat. Let's see. Eu não sei falar inglês, mas estou feliz. Okay, so I know a little bit of Espanol, which is not the same as Portuguese. But I'm guessing that means you don't know much you don't know much English, but still very happy. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for the chat, Adriana. Brazil is a fantastic country. I'd love to go there someday. Tell you what, Brazilian, you talk about beautiful women. Oh my God. Brazilian women are gorgeous, man. Although I tell you what, as far as U.S. states are concerned, pretty girls here, man. Oh, I think that would be a really great way to get canceled. Tier ranking places based on how good the girls are, like how pretty they are. Hawaii would definitely be up high. Brazil would be really high. Colombia, oh my God, Colombian women. I haven't met enough Argentina women to say. Argentina that's another country I would love to visit. I am something of a libertarian, so I actually really hope Malai does a good job. I don't know whether or not he will, but I'm hoping the best for them. Frankly, if I was the U.S. government, I would be making every opportunity to try and get Argentina into our political bloc, try and help set up better business ties there, maybe reduce trade restrictions between the U.S. and Argentina. Also because I really like Argentine beef. It's some of the best in the world. If you've never had proper Argentine barbecue before, although Brazilian's very good too, to be honest, but Argentina knows how to cook. Obrigado. So that's thank you. Mas eu estou escutando você fala sobre Recife, Pernambuco. Is that music? Esta es música? I don't know if that's the same in Portuguese. Either way, it's kind of neat. Having Argentina and Brazil too. I know that's a rivalry, especially when it comes to football. I think Argentine women are better. Hey, if you think so, I wouldn't be opposed to figuring that out. No, tell you what, too, this ain't just women, just people in general from those two countries really good looking. Men in general from those countries are really good looking too. But Sim Amor Musica Romantica. Okay, okay, yeah. So it's love songs. Okay, cool. Now that's this is one where I've always it's always pissed me off. I really wish the U.S. would do more to be a better neighbor and improve relations with the rest of the Western Hemisphere. I don't think we need to fuck around. I don't think the Middle East is our problem for the most part. Um, I wish we spent more time trying to help Latin America out a little bit more. The first way to do that would be to get rid of Gitmo, get rid of Guantanamo Bay. And while I think Cuba's government is communist and therefore retarded, I do think the sanctions on them are dumb. Cuba does not represent a threat to the United States. I'd love to see. Speaking of other beautiful women, oh, Mexicans. Oh, God, food too. Mexican women can cook, man. Oh, Mexican men can cook too. Tell you what, man. Oh, you have the hottest chat on YouTube with Brazil and Argentina here. Yeah, Brazil, Argentina, and Hawaii, I guess. Although I'm not Hawaiian, I'm not even local here. I am really about as American as it comes. I don't really have much of a home. I would say I'm a Southerner in the sense that I've lived in the South more for most of my life for the U.S., but I'm an American first. I was born in a military family, so I'm very much red, white, and blue all the way. USA, baby. But maybe, okay, I gotta find that out. Is there a link to good food and pretty women? Are there any countries... Are the countries with the prettiest women also the places with the best food? Because South America, are you going to test out that mattress you bought? Yeah, I probably will. Really, I didn't buy it for myself. I bought that mattress for visitors, mostly for my family, because this is a double pump queen air mattress with a little duvet on the top. It's supposed to be really comfortable. El Grande Gringo. Yeah. Now, yo estoy aprendiendo español, pero es despacio. Puedo hablar. Okay. Puedo leer mejor que puedo hablar y puedo hablar mejor que puedo escuchar. I learned this when I went to Puerto Rico. Speaking of other places with gorgeous women and great food, Puerto Ricans in particular talk so fucking fast. I can't understand what they're... I can't even understand it. Like, usually with Spanish, I'm at the point where I can pick out words and usually get at least the gist of what is being said. Not for Puerto Ricans. Oh my God. Puerto Ricans speak so fast. Los Boricuas hablan español muy rápido. Y demasiado rápido. Puerto Ricans talk too fast, man. I can't keep up. It's impressive as hell. They speak Spanish. And I know this. It's not just my gringo ass saying this, because I had a Mexican friend tell me, yeah, Puerto Ricans talk really quickly. So it's not just it's not just me. Yeah, I'd like to. I lived in Texas for a long time, and for the most part, if you live in Texas for long enough, you do pick up enough Spanish to know a few key phrases. At least if you... Maybe that's just me, because I had a couple good Mexican buddies out there, and there was one Mexican restaurant that I was the only white person to ever go in there, but God almighty was that food good. Like bars on the window. It wasn't just Mexican too. There were bus tickets to Guatemala and Honduras from Texas. That's going through Mexico, not just to it, but absolutely fantastic. I've never been to the Dominican Republic. I'd like to go, though. Puerto Rico is great. Strongly recommend Puerto Rico. That is a fun place. They know how to barbecue too. They got the lechon. Speaking of other places that know how to barbecue, don't sleep on Hawaiian barbecue. Not number one in the U.S. That goes to Texas, and then South Carolina mustard. I can make a strong argument for Hawaiian barbecue is number three. Ooh, do I like Puerto Rican barbecue more or Hawaiian barbecue more? That's a tough one. I think I go barbecue. I go Texas, South Carolina, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, North Carolina vinegar, Memphis, Kansas City, North Carolina tomato, and then shit, I forgot about Korean. Yeah, Korean would probably be below any of those. And then way at the bottom is whatever the fuck Alabama is trying to do with white sauce. And then below that is Maryland pit beef. No, Maryland, you can't barbecue. You're not the South. Get out. We don't want you. Look, it's not a bad roast beef sandwich. Maryland pit beef. It's going to be a very tasty roast beef sandwich, but that's not fucking barbecue. Do you think Hawaii barbecue is sweet? Oh, yes. Hawaiian barbecue sauce is extremely sweet, but good proper Hawaiian barbecue doesn't need it. You can get Kalua pork with poi and with haupia, and you don't need Hawaiian barbecue sauce. I actually do have some in my fridge. Actually, grab it. You know, it's just a generic bottle you can get at Costco, but I personally, it's the real basic stuff. Just, it's actually from Honolulu. I don't use this if I'm making barbecue proper, I don't use this. This is a better seasoning for things like chicken. Like if I'm roasting some chicken legs, that's what I do with this. I don't actually use Hawaiian barbecue sauce for barbecue. Honestly, the real OG for Hawaiian food, or for Hawaiian barbecue, I'm telling you, this stuff. This is called haupia. So haupia is, oh god, laulau too. Butterfish and barbecued pork wrapped in taro leaves, really good. But haupia, this is it's really basic. It's just coconut pudding, but it tastes so damn good. And I'm sure there are better, mixes and packets for haupia, but sue me. That's what I have. I think I'd love Argentina. I have had steak from Argentina. It is world class. Absolutely. Very good. I think the only places I have had steak that would compete with what Argentina can come up with are Texas, which makes sense, and Nebraska, of all places. There's something called the Omaha strip, which I'm a big fan of. It's a New York strip steak with the bone left in, and it just vastly improves the flavor. So, but that's only 2 states in the United States that could hang with Argentina. Other places you get really good beef. Oklahoma's not bad. I think Texas does it better. I think Nebraska does it better. California is expensive. Oh, Japan. Obviously, okay, right. Kobe beef is a very different thing from other types of steak, right? You're paying for a tiny little portion of beef, but it's incredible. Do you think Brazil beats us with beaches, though? Oh, that's a good one. I should tier rank beach states in the U.S. Okay, first off, number 1 should be extremely obvious. Number 2 is probably California. Number 3, I'd probably go Florida. 4 would be South Carolina. No, 4 would be North Carolina. 5 would be South Carolina. Can't put Michigan on this list because I've never been there, but it does look very nice. 6 would probably be Oregon. 7th would probably be Alabama, actually. I know it's a very small panhandle. It's really nice. Probably go Georgia, Virginia, New Jersey. I know, but hear me out. New Jersey actually has a lot of good beaches. Texas. Louisiana does not have good beaches. I get Mississippi before Louisiana. Maryland. No, Delaware then Maryland. Ohio. There's actually some good beaches in Ohio along the lake. And then probably Louisiana. Those would be Washington and then Louisiana. I love Washington's beaches, but it's just too cold most of the year to actually enjoy them. Like you can walk alongside the water. The water's freezing most of the time. I've not had Kobe beef, but I have had Wagyu raised in the Kobe style in Texas, and it's probably the best beef I've ever had. So I got to imagine Kobe is on that level, if not even better. So if it's because Kobe beef, it's not just that it's raised in Japan, but it's it's a very special type of cattle, and it's a special way they raise the cattle to make this as flavorful as possible. California beaches, the water is cold in California, but if you can get over that, they're incredible. Plus, again, the women. Now, in LA, at least, a lot of them are fake, but God, they do look hot. Let's be fair. San Diego, too. If you get down to San Diego, the water gets a little bit warmer there, so you can actually enjoy it. It's still cold most of the year, but you can go into the water in Southern California, at least. Northern California, that water gets very cold. Same with Oregon, but Oregon has huge sand dunes as well, and those you can go dune buggying right along the water, and that's a lot of fun. That I have done. Other places for beaches. I've been to Spain and Portugal. Spain has the better beaches. Portugal has the better food. That's a hot take too. A lot of people say Spanish food's really good, and it is. But Portuguese food, very good. I've never been to South America, but I would really like to go at some point. These are good questions. This is a really nice little talking story here. What are they going? Okay, so that's another one I could do. Just try and rank the women in all the different places I've been. At least for U.S. states, Hawaii wins that one. It's not even close. Barcelona beach is amazing. I like Valencia more. I thought Valencia was better, but that was also because it was orange season, and so walking to the beach, just picking oranges, which is really great. I love that. Here, actually, I do the same thing. Can pick fresh guavas when I go up into the mountains for hiking. See women in this country. All right, I think Hawaii has to be one. The problem with California women is that, and I'm stereotyping a bit here, but California women are the gold diggers most of the time. Like, they're hot, but they know they're hot, and they expect way too much. And that's an instant turnoff. I don't have as much dating experience as you'd think, so that one probably... All I know is the Deep South comes... As much as I love Southern girls, most of them are too fat. So the South gets knocked down several pegs for that. The Midwest probably... See, the Midwest, you have the nicest girls, but they don't know how to cook very well. Because the Southern girls, yes, they're fat, but at least they know how to cook well. Midwestern girls, most of the time, they don't know how to cook well, and then they're also usually on the heftier side. So kind of I don't know. I haven't really sampled the wares in enough places to really know a whole lot about that. I can talk food a lot better than I can talk women. I'll put it that way. I don't go too crazy with that. As far as tanning's concerned, see, the problem is I am what the locals would call a fucking Hallie, because you can see actually right here, you can actually see a red line. That's actually from the strip, but that was from the strap that I had across my neck coming back up the hill. But Guy wise, California does pretty well. Colorado is probably the best one there. You want a guy, Colorado does really well. Wyoming, Montana, Utah. If you want a guy with family values, you're not going to beat Utah, but you probably have to deal with the Mormon Church. If you're okay with dating a Mormon, Utah is great. Utah men are, in general, less. They drink less. They are more family oriented. They're in good shape because they spend a lot of time outside. If you've never been to Utah, fantastically beautiful state. Same with Colorado. I guess Colorado and Utah, basically, if you want more family values oriented, pick Utah. If you want more libertine, actually, I'd say if you want more progressive, pick Colorado. If you want more libertine, I just want to be left alone, look at Montana and Wyoming. You need to work on your tan before next. Look, I've lived in Hawaii for 6 months, and if this is the best I'm getting tan wise, it's just not happening. I actually, for modeling shows, I will put a little spray tan on. I don't tan well. My ancestry comes from Northern Europe, and it is painfully obvious because this bull turns into rare beef whenever he tries to tan. I get red. I don't get bronzed. Sorry. It's just how my modeling director and I have talked about this too. Modeling director has been like, we really want to get you looking like a local here. And I'm like, okay. So, I try and go out and tan, and then I burn, and then it peels, and then I'm back to square one. And I'm like, look, I tell my modeling director, look, man, the green eyes, and for those of you who can't tell, the green eyes already give it away that I'm not from here. The white skin, between the fact that I got green eyes and white skin, and I'm 6'2", Hawaii is also the shortest state in the union. Nobody's ever going to believe that I'm local here. It's just not going to happen. So I might as well embrace the fact, hey, I'm out here for work. I'm not just a tourist. But at the same time, I'm an American. If you want to ask me what my ethnicity is, what my nationality is, I'm an American first and foremost. If you want to narrow it down closer, I guess you could call me a Southerner, but really at this point, since I live here, I'd call myself an American. Good tanning lotions and bronzers that won't make it look weird. There are. My real problem with them is that you go and hold a rocket. I know you're kidding there. Is that when you spray them on, no matter how much you let it dry, inevitably it leaves a stain on your bed sheets, and I hate that because it's just I don't like it. It's a big bronze brown stain on your bed sheets. It's like, I don't want to sleep in that. But yeah, it does stain everything, which sucks. So I don't like spray tans except for I'll put, if I'm doing a show or a modeling shoot, then yes, I'll put it on for that because that's business. But on a day-to-day basis, I'm very comfortable in my own skin. I'm white and I'm okay with that. It's okay to be white. There. I'm sure I just offended someone by saying that. I don't fucking know. Look, we've got pro points, okay? The pros of being white, at least in general, are that I can drink and I can consume a stupid amount of dairy and not have any internal problems. The cons are that the sun makes every waking hour after a few minutes of exposure very painful. It is what it is. Doing that every day would be no, fuck that. No, again, only when there's a modeling show or a shoot coming up do I put on the spray tan. Which I know for the New York fashion show, I'm going to go ahead and assume, yeah, that's probably what modeling director will want me to do. I'm kind of hoping they don't. They're just like, yeah, you can just be white. Because it'll be New York City in the winter, so I will still be tanner than most people there. But if they want me to do it, they want me to do it. The other one is shave the chest. Don't know if it felt good, actually. I feel like I look better without chest hair, so I might continue doing that in the future. No, I'm very much not a native Hawaiian. Although I am trying to learn a little bit of Olelo Hawaii. It is a hard fucking language to learn, I will tell you. Uh, it's a good exercise. It's not a particularly useful language because a lot of people don't even know Olelo here. But it's fascinating. It's a really good mental challenge because it forces you to rethink the syntax of a sentence. It's completely alien from English, right? In the same way that like Spanish, some grammar and syntax carries over from Spanish to English and back, or really any Romance language that's Portuguese, French, Romanian, Italian, and then even some other Germanic languages. Some similarities between English and Dutch or German or Danish or Norwegian. But between a Polynesian language like Hawaii, Olelo Hawaii, and English, oh yeah, that's it's definitely a really good brain teaser. I bet it'll look cute. Yeah. Well, I have pictures actually of me in a spray tan at the last modeling show. If y'all are interested in those, y'all want modeling grade pictures of me, I do sell them. Come talk to me on Discord about that. Let's see here. All right. It's been a little over an hour. I've got to meet up with my... Looking back at your first stream from Hawaii, you're definitely tan now. Yeah, see, well, I mean, I go outside. It's not like I don't get any sun exposure. And the sun here is extremely intense. And I do try to wear sunblock because I don't want skin cancer at age 60. But, you know, I try to be sensible about it. But inevitably, I'm going to get tanner as time goes on here. It's going to take some time. Speaking of, actually, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. I fancy a little walk over to the pool, chill on the beach, or chill on the lounge chairs, relax for a little while, and then I'm meeting up with my modeling director for Simon. The question is, do I want to take the bus down there, or do I feel like riding my bike? See, if I take the bus down there is a really cool Asian market. I could throw a refrigerator bag with me. I could, It is tempting. When's the last bus? Because if I take the bus there, the traffic, it's Sunday. Traffic should be fine. It's much easier to do that than to bike. But if I bike, I don't have to pay money and I burn more calories, which is good. I think I probably bike. You can't take the refrigerator bag. I can. That's probably what I would do. I actually have several refrigerator bags. I'll show y'all. Refrigerator bags here are, I wouldn't call them a necessity, but boy, they're close. I got 2 of them. This one's like a cooler. Works really well. Can throw beers in here or whatever else I really want. And then this one is just more like a conventional shopping bag. I don't have to wait for a bus. Yeah, but the bus schedule, that's true, the buses are slow here. But I know when the buses come, so like I could just time it to where I get there. Plus it would mean I don't have to take a shower again when I get back. Although if I'm going to go to the pool anyway, I might as well, because I'm going to have to take a shower after that. Yeah, I think I'll bike. Plus it's extra calories burned, and it's more miles I put on it. It's fun to do this little math calculations, like how many cents per mile has it costed me to run my bike so far. Right now the answer is just around, if I subtracted what I could probably get from my bike now from what I paid for it, it'd probably be about $2,000 in terms of net outward costs. And that includes upgrades I've made, maintenance I've done, repairs I've had to make. And I've gone just about 2,000 miles. So it's about $1 per mile, which is more than most cars. However, that is, I've only had this bike for 6 months. So, a traditional car, let's say you buy a car for $40,000, if you bought it new, it's worth $30,000 at the end of year 1, and you've only driven it 6,000 miles. Well, now you've paid $1.40 or $1.50. Actually, I think that'd be $1.66, but either way, you get the point. Uh, that is a depreciating asset, the bike is, but it's a much smaller depreciating asset than a car. And then, the more mileage I put on it, the less it costs per mile to operate. I do need to lubricate it too because it got caught in the rain earlier, so need to go put more chain lube on grease up the components, put more chain lube on the chain, the gears. So otherwise, with the water here comes right off the ocean, so it is not saline, but it's salt water air, and then all that water from the rain. So cars and metal objects here rust pretty quickly. Biking gets you the dump truck. I mean, man, I squatted 365 for 7 reps today. I mean, hell, I had a pretty girl. I'll tell you what, this is a good story. Had a pretty girl in a brand new black Mercedes. I was biking home from Ala Moana, and she rolls up. I was at a stoplight. She rolls up, says my thighs look incredible, and then I thanked her. I was like, oh, thank you. And as we talked for another second or two, and then the light turned. It's a shame. I feel like she was just about to say, here's my number, which would have been fun, but oh well. Still, it's one of those moments, and that's the nice thing I will say for the ladies out there. If you give a guy a compliment, they'll be like 4 years down the road, they'll be thinking back to that day, be like, that was a good day. Because shit, that happened months ago. I'm still like, yeah, that was nice. Hell, actually, had that happen in the Costco today. I was walking by the protein powders aisle because I was getting me some protein bars, and this lady with baby, she was a brand new mother, was asking me questions like, hey, you look like you lift a lot. What do you think about this protein versus that protein? I'm like, we just start talking. God damn, that's a good feeling. Getting asked about that just by some rando in the Costco. Fuck, that makes me feel good. Man, I don't know why. This is one where I got questions for the hot women out there. What's wrong with y'all to the point where you would ever be unhappy that you were receiving compliments? Fuck, man. It makes me feel good. Because you know what? I put a lot of hard work into this. You see, I mean, I get up at 4:40 in the mornings here to go hit the gym at 5, and I'm in there for a solid 2 hours. I don't know. Oh. This is actually, this is a bigger flex than most. I can show the 6-pack sitting down. That's how you really know you got a 6-pack. If you're just sitting like this, right, relax, flex. Yeah, look at that. Complimenting guys in the gym is so much fun. You make your day. You make their dude. You might make their year with that. Like it. You don't know how much that means because most guys don't receive shit in terms of compliments. We in general get very little, and I will say it's the 21st century too. If you are a girl and you are in decent shape, you have never been in higher demand, and if you are willing to ask a guy instead of do the standard, wait for a guy to ask you out. If you see a guy you like and you ask them, unless they're taken, 99% of the time you're going to get yes as your response. For guys, that number is not 99%. It's not even 50%. I'd say for guys asking girls, it's like baseball. If you're batting 300, that's 30%. You are doing extremely well. If you are that's all pro level right there. If you're a girl though, the odds are much higher that a guy would say yes. So you definitely, and even if you don't want to do that, just complimenting guys. It's just basic human nature. If you say something nice to someone, usually they'll be happy that you did that. Complimenting people it costs nothing and it makes somebody else smile. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to put more positive energy out into the world? Ah. Anyway. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go pop on down to the pool, relax for a little while, maybe listen to some music, take a little snooze, and then go down and get me some Simon down in. There's a really good Simon shop I like over in Iea. They're probably that might be my favorite food joint around here. I'm a sucker for Simon. It's basically, hey, what if you did ramen but with like Hawaiian ingredients? Or at least ingredients very popular here. That's the really cool thing about Hawaii is that it's a ton of blends of different cultures. So, here you've got the Filipino community brought over all of their stuff. The Chinese community brought over all of their stuff, and and so on and so forth. It's okay to be white was a highlight. Was it? I mean, y'all can highlight whatever you want. Actually, if one of y'all would love to make a clip or a highlight from my morning stream for the squat sets, I would love that. I'd be very much appreciative. Super quick, I was bummed they don't sell those shorts right now online. They don't. Okay, Nicole, DM me that on Discord. I will talk to my rep and see what I can do for you there. I might be able to help you out on that because I know someone. The only thing about these shorts, and they're perfect for chilling in my apartment, but I can't wear them out because they don't have pockets, and no pockets is no bueno. That being said, you type in !Empire for those of you who are interested in this. Also do have a pair of boardies, like board shorts, swimsuit kind of deal. Problem with these are that these are about right in the thighs and like 3 sizes too big in the waist. You can see how much bigger that is than it needs to be. How does clipping work in YouTube compared to Twitch? I think there's a clip option. I think for live streams, I don't know exactly how to do it, but like for me, looking at my live chat, there's a little scissors icon, like on mobile, right? So you've got live chat, you've got an X, a little gear symbol, and then the scissors, and you can just click the scissors. So it looks so big on you, yeah. Yeah, those shorts are the board shorts. I can't really wear them; they're too big. So it's a shame because I love the pattern. But yeah, if you want anything from Empire Legacy, let me just do that. See if the bot does its thing. Yo, there we go. So they got loads of stuff. If they don't have the shorts you're looking for, I will talk to you, or I will talk to my friend who runs that company and see if they're just out of stock, out of production, what's going on. But yeah. All right, let's talk before I call it a day. Gonna talk real brief about the upcoming stream schedule. I do have a couple consultations in the work. None have come through yet. If one comes through, that'll probably be an afternoon stream. So that'll be around this time, maybe a little later. So that'll be 3, 4, 5 Hawaiian. So that'll be 8 Pacific, 11 Eastern. I get that's not a very convenient time for most of you. Unfortunately, kind of is what it is on that one. I don't get home from work any sooner than that, so sorry. Otherwise, we'll be, I'll try and do a consultation. Hopefully, those come through, those get finished. If you want your consultation for yourself, again, diet advice, dating, fitness, finances, you name it, philosophy, askbullmuscle@gmail.com. You won't be disappointed. Again, I've been pretty successful in my life, and I'd like to help you become successful in yours. But otherwise, it will be 5 a.m. Hawaiian Standard Time next week. Let's see, we've got tomorrow's a rest day. Tuesday's going to be bench. Wednesday's going to be rows. Friday's going to be deadlifts. Saturday will be shoulder press. And then Sunday will be pull-ups. So, worst case worst, I will see you all Sunday or Saturday for some shoulder presses, 5 a.m. Hawaiian. As always, y'all, make good decisions. It's good decisions form your actions. Those actions form your habits. Those habits form your values. Those values form an ethos. Can be the guide to start through the rough waters of life. Much love, y'all. Come in for the hug. Shoots. See y'all later.